Ooh, by gum. I haven't talked about my book in donkeys. When was it? I don't even know when it was written. I can't remember. I ain't got a bloody clue. But this book is fantastic for swatting flies. So even if you don't like it, it's fantastic as a fly swatter for sure. And you know when you've got one of them dodgy legs on your table, just stick this underneath there and it's a nice balancer. So overall it makes it's a good investment. Of course it is a good investment, Mark. So how can a young lad like me with dyslexia, dyspraxia, whatever, write a book? How could he do that with the help of a lot of friends? Oh yeah, am I proud of it? I am. I'm really proud of it. Look at it. That's me there. No, it isn't. It looks like me. It's skinny like me. Hey, oh, I don't even know what it says. Look, it's got a barcode. Yeah, I wonder what happens when you go like that, barcode it. Nothing, probably. Hey, okay then, Mr. B. What are you going to do? Oh, I wrote a dedication here. It says there are moments in life when someone walks into your space and everything changes. That moment happened over 2 years ago, so I don't know when this book was written. Bloody clue. When was it written? I don't know. So a while ago. What else does it say? I began to see myself deeper through this beautiful soul's energy. Love and kindness. This was a new place for me. Uncomfortable, yet she stood strong by my side with reassuring daily confirmations of truth and wisdom I never allowed myself to see. Very true. She helped me see I was a good soul, kind of, a kind soul sometimes, and she helped me accept all my actions and embrace them. It's true. To this day, my love has helped me grow more than I've ever believed it was possible. True. Never forget that behind every man there's a most beautiful woman rolling her eyes. No, it doesn't say that. So it should do. A beautiful woman, shining and strong. To my partner and my life, with all my heart, thank you for trusting in me and never running away. Isn't that a lovely day? I'm like, tears already, I can feel it. But it was true, and it is true to this day. I'm very blessed with the partner I have. I don't talk about my partner because at the end of the day, some people just don't want the public to know anything because it's not important to them, which is absolutely right. And I hope all of you guys also allow me that part of my life which is private. You know what I mean? So yeah, this story, Seeing the Invisible, it says true stories of mysteries and enlightenment, which is really true. So I remember being in Bali. I was so fortunate being in Bali and writing this book. It was probably the happiest times of my life. A lot of people saw me going into a 5-star hotel. Oh, he's a bloody Yorkshire lad, is this guy. It's true, I am, without even knowing. Going into a 5-star hotel, having some breakfast and staying there all day. Writing. I got to know all the staff by the end of the book. And when I'd finished, they all give me a hug and a kiss. And they all said they missed me. At the same time, at least 3 times when I was sat there every morning, somebody who came for 2 weeks would come up to me and said, I'm really interested in who you are and what you're doing. So I ended up sitting down and spending like half a day talking to them and giving them a book, one of my books that I brought with me. And that was really nice as well. Very special, very special. You know something, yesterday I was so tired. I'd done so many, I'll just show you. I'm just working on these beautiful pieces of fluoride, beautiful, beautiful fluoride, and some amazing pieces of very precious pieces of rose quartz. And I'm just about to do a video with these beautiful they're all cherry picked, sunstone, which I love. So yesterday I was tired because I just basically worked on them, and I was putting energy into them, so all my energy was like going into these crystals. So now I'm a little bit tired, right? So you should be able to work with crystals and it shouldn't get you tired, but I was so excited. I wanted to put a certain frequency into each one of these crystals, which I did. I'm very happy with them now. It's been, what, 2.5 weeks? I don't know how long, but the energy that I put into them is a lot, because when I first got them and got them cherry picked, I worked on them for at least 2 weeks. So they've had 2 weeks and a few days. But when I'd finished, what else did I do? I don't know. I don't know what else I did, but I've done so much. So normally I'd just go home and get my vegetables and cut them up and eat them, but I went down the road and I thought, I just can't be bothered to cook, so I just had some fresh vegetables and some food down there. And as I sat down at the bottom on the coast, keeping myself to myself, looking at some emails that you'd written me, three yobsters came along, 3 guys, really loud, and they sat right next to me. And I'm like, oh, for Christ's sake, no, please. Oh, get some beers in. I'm like, oh, and I'm obviously judging straight away, thinking they're this and that. And because I kept myself to myself over these 2 years, I kind of ignored them. Anyway, after about 10 minutes, one turns to me and says, "All right, mate." And I'm going, "All right, pal. Where are you from then?" "Oh, I'm from up the road." "Oh, you've been here a long time." We ended up talking, right? And between all 3 of them, one was worked in a chemical factory, the other one worked as a cyber hacker for a big company, and the other one I'm not so sure, I forgot. But all 3 of them, actually really, really nice lads. And I realised to myself, you've begun judging again because of what's happened over these few years. And when you get slapped by a Chinese man, or you get punched by somebody else who's a different colour, you end up looking at all people who are Chinese people as they're going to smack you. Or, you understand what I mean? You've got this like fear now, and you associate it with that type of person. Well, I realised over these 2 to 3 years that I've associated everybody with that kind of energy, that they're all maxined up, they're all over the place, and they're all, whatever. So I realised I'd judge very harshly, and it was a great lesson for me. It was a slap across the face, and it was, wake up, Mark. Don't pull yourself into that cesspit. Don't let the darkness take you away from what's important, which is connection, and to be able to speak. And it felt really nice. We ended up talking. They were going to see the Chemical Brothers. I think it's tonight. So they're Marmite Quavers, the ravers. And I said, "Oh, I used to be a raver. I used to be a Marmite Quaver. I used to hang my washing out." And we had a laugh, right? And I was saying, "Oh yeah, they were from Fleetwood." And I said, "Oh yeah, that's where everybody goes to retire, near Blackpool, right?" Yeah, they were laughing. Just lovely lads. We had a laugh. And anyway, as in my heart, I thought, I need to resolve this and to remember it all the time. And when I went to pay for my dinner, I said to the lady, "Can I also pay for that table as well?" And as on my way out, I said, "See you later, lads. That meal will taste a lot better when you're finished." Huh? Okay, see ya. But that's the true story. And I guess there's something in that. I know I should be talking about the book, but yeah, sometimes I go off on one. Silly bugger. Yeah, so, all right. Well, shall we talk about one of the stories? Why not, eh? So let me just stick my hand somewhere there, and I'll read what it says. Oh, look, it's right on the story. And the story is one kind act can change everything. It certainly can. Look what look what I just said, talked about, and now what we're on. Brilliant, eh? Okay, I have no idea what this story is about. So let me try and figure out what this story is about. Okay, so I don't know if I ever told this story to you before, but when I first began this journey, part of my excitement was to share pure energy healing that I was giving to clients, and sharing the fact that this works. And part of the work that I did was with crystals. And crystals were quite phenomenal. And I realized that the more I focused on a crystal and gave a certain memory to that crystal by way of pulling all the energy of incitement, creativity, thought, feeling, finished result, all of these feelings. Maybe one day we should do that. Maybe we should do a video one day of how to put memory into a crystal, because there's a lot goes into it. It's beautiful though. And anyway, when I started working on certain clients, I would lay the crystal on them, and let's say it's easy to say they had a headache, so I laid a crystal on somebody who had a constant headache. Then I'd take it off and put it down. Then somebody else would come and say, oh, I've got a headache, and then I'd put the same crystal on without realizing, thinking, wow, I used that crystal twice. And then when they left, I'd go out with that crystal and hold it and meet somebody who had a headache, and I'd say, oh, I'd like to gift you a crystal, and then they'd ring me up saying my headache's gone. Or they'd hold it in their hand and say, oh, my headache's going. Like, really? Yeah, really. I mean, there was nobody as surprised as me when I first started. That's why I'm still in this field of work, because I know it works. So what I'd do is I had this really kind of tall tree made out of metal, and I'd hang my crystals, which were pendants, all on. I think I might have shown it you before in some of the old videos. So it had 3 or 4 layers. So every time I'd worked on, like, say, 10 clients and it had 10 hours healing, I'd move that crystal up to the next level, or when I felt that crystal deserves to go up to the next level. So it was kind of fun, you know. I think, wow, this crystal's got 300 hours of healing. All my crystals have pure energy healing in. They might have 10 hours, they might have 300 hours. All of them, every single one of them. I don't ever put a crystal up without putting energy healing into them. So that's really important. Sometimes when I have so many, I'll just put an hour's work, and then they'll go down to the academy, they'll go down to the office, then they'll have work done on them, like the energy in the room, singing bowls, with cleansings. We do a lot of cleansing. So there's always cleansing going on with all my pure energy healing crystals constantly. Nobody comes into the office sad, upset, angry, or sick. So the energy in that place is really beautiful, just like the energy in here has to be perfect, or else I don't come in. So you have to be of high vibration when you come here, or you come for a healing to get the high vibration and the healing. So imagine I've got like 400 or 500 crystals in this room. I've worked with them on various clients over maybe 5 or 6 months at the very beginning. As I gifted these crystals out, I was getting great feedback that would blow you away, and blow me away, and think, okay, there's something in this. So I continued doing it, and I actually enjoyed every moment of it. One day on Facebook, when I was allowed on, they took me off Facebook. I've got another page, but it's only got 600 people, but this one had 5,000 plus loads of people on there. And I was always putting good messages up and crystals saying, hey guys, I've just finished working with this one crystal, and then it'd sell within seconds. That's when I first started. So there was one message. There were one lady who kept like putting messages underneath, and for some reason I felt a pain. I could feel her devastating pain. And one day, out of the blue, I just felt the urge of spirits whisper and nudge to just send her a message. And I don't normally send people messages. And I said something like, you're in my heart and prayers. I hope you're having a lovely day. And I'm wishing you a lovely day. That was it. Just wishing her a lovely day and saying that you're in my heart and thoughts, because her messages were sometimes pretty down. Okay. And she said, oh, thank you very much. That's so kind. And then she started telling me a sadness. So the sadness was basically that, imagine being in love and being with a partner and having a child, and then your child passes, which is nobody deserves that in life, no matter what. I think sometimes you just don't deserve it, but yeah, it happens. And then the husband dies, and there's nobody to take care of the property, nobody to look after you, because you've obviously worked in the home, looked after a child, to then have to give up the house and to go into a place where you're with other women, because basically you've got no funds. And obviously with all the pain that this beautiful soul had gone through, strong soul, the messages were coming out. It was clear to see that she was in deep pain, and of course anyone would be. So for some reason I just felt to gift her a crystal. So I asked for her name and address, and I gifted her a crystal. I didn't hear from her for a while, and then she sent me a message, and she said, thank you so much. But there was something missing. Something was bothering me. I don't know what it was, but it was bothering me. And so I just typed it out. Is there anything that you wished you could have done that you haven't done as yet? And then the message came through. She said, I always wished I could afford to pay for a gravestone for my little girl. And I said, well, we'll do it. I said, with the love of spirit and your daughter and everybody else, we'll do it. So I set to ask a few questions, and she gave me the name of the graveyard, and I contacted the graveyard. They told me, yes, it's number 26. It's a little tiny thing, just 26, nothing else is on there, no words, nothing. And I said, well, I'd like to be able to put a nice gravestone. Well, we can't do that, but we allow this size gravestone. I went, or whatever it was. I says, yeah, anything, just tell me what I'm allowed. So they told me, and so then I got in touch with the nearest gravestone carver, and I said, look, this is what we're after. Would you be able to, if I pay you, would you be able to carve something on it and then take it there? Because this lady wasn't anywhere near there. She had to leave. She had to go somewhere far. So they said, yeah. So they set to it, and then I contacted her back. I said, what would you like to write on the stone? And she told me the few words, mentioned some about angels and something like that, and I said, that's beautiful. So that was all done complete, and it was put there, and they took a photo, I sent it me, and I sent her a photo, and she was so happy. It was like relieved, you know what I mean? And I said, that's beautiful, and I said goodbye. Anyway, I don't know what happened, but I didn't hear from her, because I'm just get on with my life, right? And then one day a message came in. She said, Mark, you ain't gonna believe this. And I said, what? She says, I can't believe it neither. And the only thing I can put it down to is the crystal that you sent me. Because as soon as that crystal came, somebody got in contact with her, and she was asked to go to see a solicitor. And she went to see the solicitor, and the solicitor says, She looked after somebody for many years, and that person passed away and left her the bungalow. And she said, I can't thank you enough. My life has come back again. And it was such a beautiful story. I mean, I might have not got it perfectly down to every word, but it was basically, that was the story. And she believed it was the crystal, and to this day, so do I. And there's so many stories, not only in here, that I hold dear, that a crystal can change your life. And the power of crystals, I have seen pure energy healing crystals change hard men into soft men. I've seen abusers let go of the abuse. I've seen sad people turn into happy people. I've seen real anxiety turn into strength. I've seen the most painful scenarios of anorexia turned into healthy and eating again. There are so many stories I could write and tell you that I've seen with my own eyes by way of healing and crystals that they take away and their life changes. So when people mock, laugh, ridicule, I just think to myself, poor people, they have no idea what is actually out there in the world and how everything is being sabotaged. Everything has been made to be mocked at. So everything what's been mocked at, like I can't even say the word healing, because this will now be picked up on the algorithms and shadow banned or taken slowly down, and they won't allow people to see it as much. So you can see that all the good things in life, all the health reasons, all the healing reasons, all the magic, all the wisdom, the ancient wisdom is being killed for all evil to flourish, all the wrong things that we're eating. And so magic is there. Magic is always there. And whether we buy into what's outside, which I think is all wrong, back to front, inside out, the wrong way around, it's all an illusion. It's a lie to trap you. But once you break free and start to realize that there are spiritual tools like pure energy healing crystals that make the moment that, you know, when you're staring up at a UFO and it's beaming its light on you and you're just in this daze and you don't move there, like X-Files. Well, imagine if I put a crystal around you and all of a sudden that breaks that program. That's how I associate with crystals. So sometimes we don't even know we're programmed. Sometimes we don't know we're in this illusion, this matrix. But a crystal can vibrate you back into health, well-being, magic, abundance. So I love crystals, and I write about crystals in here a lot. I write about the magic of pure energy healing. I write about how my life changed from being an auctioneer to somebody who moved and left and their life changed. So it can happen to anybody. And I've seen so many people who were self-destructive turn into the most beautiful souls who invested the rest of their life on healing themselves and growing spiritually. So never ever look at a crystal as just a crystal, because I don't. Every crystal, when I see it, wherever I am, every crystal resonates at a certain frequency. And what excites me most of all is picking one up to see what it's telling me, what it does, what it's good for. And even more exciting is what I can add to that crystal to improve, to strengthen, and to make it personal. So that's a pure energy healing crystal. That's the bottom line. And this is a book, which is a beautiful book, one of 2 books. I actually wrote 4 books, but I think this is the thickest. The other one's half the size, and that's called The Diary of an Accidental Psychic. And they're on ebook on my website, markbajerski.com, or you can buy one signed. You can buy all of them signed, actually. So, yeah, that's it. I think it's a good book. I think it helps you see more than you've seen before. It confirms things that you've already seen and done and felt. And it's a book that I think brings joy, happiness, and brings back the magic that we've so lost, because the world that we live in is becoming darker by the day, by breaking news and by breaking your spirit and by the voodoo spells that they cast upon you daily. And I think this book is a book that breaks that spell. And I think pure energy crystals break that spell too. That's it, guys. I'm going to pop off now. I hope you enjoyed this little chat. I haven't done one for a while, and I thought it's nice to have a chat. Thank you for watching the interview with me and Richard, and makes a change that you weren't shouting at me for being the interrupter this time. But actually, Richie was sharing everything that he needed to share. So there was a few not so nice comments, and I thought, I don't know why people are so judgmental and so harsh. Armchair critics, warriors, but just stop. Just stop being awful. Because it's a reflection of you. Honestly, if people understand that, as soon as you start typing something negative, trust me, it's you. That negativity isn't the person, it's you normally. And the fingers are pointing back at you. I understand if somebody's gone and smashed somebody's head over the head with a hammer, or somebody's abused a child, or they're raping women. I get that. I get that you're typing away and you feel the pain and you're saying, but when two people are having a conversation about life, oh my God, stop. Stop. Be nice. Okay, I'm going to get back to work. I need to do a video and talk about these beautiful, beautiful sunstones. Have a great day. Love you all. Thank you so much for going to Bajerski.com and buying your authentic crystals, oils and incense. I hope they make a difference in your life like they have me.